How's it going, everybody? It is your boy Luna the Programmer here, and despite today's title, title, thumbnail, and title, we have a lot more than just Ginyu to go through. We'll actually do him last. We have a couple of things here that I want to go over. So, again, shout out to the homie Garesh for these translations here. Also, as a side note, my editing software decided that it would just not put anything on the timeline with audio, so I'm editing in pure silence, which is really hard to do. So the next few videos probably won't be edited, because not that I do much editing anyway, but I had some other stuff planned, but that's gonna have to be put on hold because of this. Anyways, ramble done for now. New support memory with my girl Boma, RIP Hiromi Sudu, by the way. Um, the support item is named Bizarre Fate. Activates on turn 4 if your HP is 40% or below. And you recover 35% of that HP once only if you have a Pure Saiyan category ally. Not bad, but actually be pretty good for those, obviously, teams that use Pure Saiyans. I think it's if there's a, meaning it could be any team with at least one of these guys on it, so that could actually open up a lot of uses now that I'm thinking about it. A decently sized heal just for running Pure Saiyans, not bad. Okay, so, oh yes, the Krillin and Vegeta unit that we have here, apparently we have their EZA details. Remember, I was going over them in my previous video, and I don't know if I commented on it there, but I think the problem here is that they insist on making units poor. Like, they make units poorly, right? They're bad or mid on release, so that they can have the excuse, okay, we're going to EZA them. But the problem is, once you do that, they're done. So these have no aging protection, because the EZA is rarely so good that it'll carry them for more than past this celebration, really. Right, you take a look at the LR Goku Black. No, he's not good. Right? Obviously, pre-EZA, he was pretty meh. Post-EZA, he was a little bit better, but like I said, he no future protection because he EZA during that same celebration. So now, just over a year later, he's pretty meh, unless you fully build him up. But fully building him up is a bit of an issue because of his passive, right? I think Roshi is probably going to be the only exception to this rule because of the fact that Revive is so OP, because of the fact that his support passive is so OP, you know? Because of the fact that he stuns and seals. I think he stuns on 12 key, right? Or chance to stun. So I think Roshi they did a bit of a better job on. But these guys, like I said, after they're finished, after this celebration, I don't anticipate you'll see much of these guys. But let's take a look. So before exchange, so this is Krillin, right? Krillin gets 80% attack and defense. And maybe we'll take a look at how they were before. So he gets 80%, plus an additional 40 when performing a super. High chance of evading an enemy's attack, plus an additional defense with 40% up to 80, which each attack evaded. Unfortunate because, again, this actually probably will stack up quite well. But the problem is, it's chance-based. And high chance is a decent chance, and plus, I think they're int type, so they have a separate 5% chance at flat dupe. So, they'll probably be good, but like I said, because of the fact that they're EZAing now, they're not very future-proof. So if we have another power creep, they'll be dead in the water within the year. And that's only it's almost October, only a couple months away. So every time this character evades 4 attacks, then they gain a great chance to stun, but that's only if there's a Planet Namek category ally other than this character on the team. So, I mean, this unit is not so good that you'll be running them without that. Not like Roshi, where it's like, okay, you don't need, Earthlings, right? Because Earthlings is probably Roshi's best team because he links. It's like, okay, well, you don't, it's not a Roshi situation where you could throw him on Universe 7 anyway. Even though that's not really a fair argument because Tien and Roshi is on that team. But you get what I mean, right? It's not like these units are so good without that extra additional bit that you can say, yeah, you know what, we don't need it, right? At least I don't think so. I would have to see calculations, so I'll reserve judgment for now. So he stacks attack, bruh, and causes supreme damage. So post exchange now, this is where they turn into Vegeta, and I believe 5 of the links change to get more Vegeta-like links. So 30% HP recovery, 120 turn start, an additional 80 when performing a super. Then he performs an additional attack which has a medium chance of becoming a super if you have a Namek Saga category ally other than this character on the team. And he can survive KO attacks when HP is 30% or above. Raises attack and defense infinitely, by the way. I thought that was 1 turn when I first saw it, but that's actually an infinite stacking and causes supreme damage. And as a Black Baby Jesus Milk, what a name here, points out, this is, now that I think about it, the old revive mechanic. Obviously these guys don't heal anything like the traditional revive mechanic, and there's no special animation, but they do survive attacks that would kill you. And so there's some correlation there. Next up, we have the EZA for these Arbonne and Dodoria. Now, unlike the Krillin and Vegeta, these guys are pretty much dead in the water now. Because they have no partners. Yes, they do support. But you look at the Space Traveling Warriors, that's the team with Bojack, right? That's the team with Turles, okay? That's the team with Cooler on it. Are you really going to use these guys over them, right? Like I said, that's half the team right there. Turles, Bojack, and Cooler, all STR types, funnily enough. That's half the team right there. And this is a free-to-play unit with no partners. So, unlike those other 3 units. So, I really don't see the purpose of this unit. It's really unfortunate that we finally get a Arbonne and Dodoria unit, and they're pretty bad, actually. So 100% attack and defense, plus an additional with each attack performed, plus an additional 70%, and you seal the enemy if you have a Frieza in the same turn. But the problem is, you're going to be sharing like, what, 1-2 links with Frieza? That's not great. 3 key in attack and defense support for the category we just mentioned. Super effective if you have a Planet Namek Saga category enemy. So I believe they'll be decent because these are fairly significant buffs that they'll be getting. But the problem is, again, no partners, very few teams, like I said, and because of the links, it's like, really, are you gonna be running them outside to test? Like, okay, maybe you'll test them. Maybe you want to get absolute wank for a Space Traveling Water category. Maybe you'll run them, right? But isn't Kid Buu on Bojack's team? Am I mistaken? If Kid Buu's not on Bojack's team, I know he's on Cooler's team. And obviously Bojack is on Cooler's team. So, you know, like I said, Turles is on that team as well. So again, Turles, Cooler, Bojack, and now Kid Buu even though admittedly Kid Buu will not be nearly as good as these guys. But, you know, his support do be meaty. So, like I said, if we're just including units for wank purposes, maybe you do want to run Kid Buu. I don't know. Maybe you're that crazy. I'm just not really impressed with this unit. Like I said, categories and links really kill it for me. If they linked more closely with Frieza units, then maybe you could say, okay, Cooler is a partner then, right? Because, obviously, Frieza links with Cooler. And if they link with Frieza, then they link with Cooler. They don't. They don't have any of that. So it's like, meh. However, we flipped that around entirely with the Chad himself, Big Mac Daddy Toko Sentai Ginyu Taicho, or Captain Ginyu. 170 attack and defense, plus an additional 100% attack and defense and 3 key if you have a single enemy, plus an additional 50% attack, and damage reduced by 50% if there are 2 or more enemies. Then you get an additional 50% on top of that, and disable enemy guard if you have a Ginyu Force ally on the team, which you will. He stacks attack infinitely. Almost died. Something in the back of my throat. Raises defense for 1 turn. Causes supreme damage. Well, that's not really impressive. Causes supreme damage, but he seals super attack. They made him pretty damn fire. Well deserved of the Chad Goku. So, as Alexander points out, yes, free-to-play unit. So, despite the crazy passive buff, free-to-play unit stats are meh. You know, stats are not great. But, again, it appears they've tried to mitigate that with 170 turn start, plus an additional 100%, plus damage reduction, plus disabling guard, plus seal. Pretty good. You know, obviously, I'm instantly more impressed by this guy than I am with the Arbonne and Dodoria. And the thing about it, that even if this Ginyu was technically quote-unquote worse, he would still be better because of the fact that he actually has partners. The entire Ginyu Force, who are decent in their own right, are his partners, right? So that's 5 at least, well, technically 6 if you count the Tech LR, 7 if you want to count the Fizz LR, but the Fizz LR is not really that good. So that's at least 6 cards there. Compared to what? I don't think the Zarbon and Dodoria have any. I think they have a SR that links. Yeah, okay. Compared to these EZA units and the LRs that these guys have. Yeah, alright, buddy. So, rest in peace, Zarbon and Dodoria. Say hello to my Chad Captain Ginyu, though. Another thing that I want to quickly take a look at, and I didn't make a video on it yesterday because I was too tired, is LR Bardock. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but LR Bardock details, that does need to be a wallpaper, you're correct, Gresh. LR Bardock details were revealed. So I'm going to pull those up now, and we're going to see really quickly. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, the Discord is in the background because apparently I forgot that Garesh tweeted this out. Dazzling Light Force, EZA LR Bardock. So, leader skills, Snorefest, unless you're using it for maybe Super Battle Road, but that's Dokkan easy anyway. His super attack now, he greatly raises attack and defense for a single turn on his 12 key. And then greatly lowers defense, so Snore. Greatly lowering defense is useless. Greatly raises attack and defense, nice. Raises defense for a single turn, nice. And causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, as well as sealing their super attack. You love to see it. Now, his passive skill. Change of Fate, 100% attack and defense. Plus an additional 20% when at the start of every turn, which caps out at 59%. And then you get an additional 40 if you're performing an ultra super attack. 6 key when facing one enemy. Face 2 or more enemies, and you get 4 key and 70% defense, performing a critical hit, and then, once only, you gain 12 key and additional 100% attack if you have an enemy whose name includes Frieza. I wish that wasn't once only, because then you can most definitely cheese the Namek event. Even though you can kind of cheese it already with the new LRs, because they go absolutely insane in there. But that's besides the point. A very good unit. Bit of a caveman unit, but a very good unit nonetheless. I have a couple of screenshots of him with linked with Team Bardock with 200k defense start of turn, and 11 million attack stats, 9 million attack stats unsupported, with full 24 key, of course. Pretty good. Like I said, caveman unit for sure, but it's Bardock, man. It's LR Bardock. They had to do something. Otherwise, you know, he was pretty dead in the water, right? His lack of partners, more perfect partners, he's a Saiyan, so he'll have a couple of the Saiyan links. But like I said, because of the fact that his teams, like Goku's family, Pure Saiyans, 2 stacked teams. I don't know if this Bardock is making it on there. Maybe he will. but it might be beneficial to you to run even weaker units if they link better. Who knows? I would have to see quote-unquote optimal team builds for him before I make that decision. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us this time. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or learned something new. Leave a dislike if Arbonne... No, I'm kidding. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. My name is Luna, also known as Luna the Programmer. Yeah, Arbonne and the Doy are definitely a stinker unit. But I will catch you guys in that next one. Hopefully I can fix out my editing software issue, but until then, peace.